Hey, Michelle here from Soul Pores. I've been meaning to do this little table here for quite a while. I had picked it up, I think, free somewhere. And now that it's cooled down a little bit here outside, I am going to do a pour on it. So here are the colors. This is a pigment asparagus mixed in with a couple other different greens. Come on, little buggy, go on. This is a phthalo green. It looks a little bit lighter in the camera here, but it's a phthalo green mixed in with a little deep green. Got some gold. This is actually a milk paint. Whew, bug's trying to go up my nose. This is a milk paint that is kind of this darker beige color, and then I added some satin enamels white to that. And then this is a metallic, kind of deep cherry brown. Modern Masters, I believe. Like I said, this has got a bunch of different brands. Don't mind the fingers. Time for a manicure. Anyway, so we're just doing the very simple, those 5 colors. I've got a 16-ounce cup here, and I gotta show you my funny little rig here. Listen to all the birds, huh? They're out and having fun. Sorry, I'm totally distracting myself. They're out and having fun now because it was like 97, 98 degrees here. And now they're actually out because it's cooled off enough for them. Anyway, yeah, so I can't find my little shoe mount for my tripod. So look at my get up here to film this. Isn't that just the silliest? You know, as the saying goes, do what you can with where you are with what you got. All right, so I'm going to get you up onto this creation of a tripod and not get you up there, get video, the phone up there. And we're just going to see what happens with this pour on this table. Okay. All right, here we go on this cute little table. That white, by the way, is gesso on there. So I had it prepped. I sanded it just a touch and then I gessoed it. So here I'm layering the colors. Again, as I had mentioned, my paints are really thin. It had been quite warm lately. And what I discovered is one of my pouring mediums was a little bit off. But you know, on this piece, between the pouring medium being a little funky and oh, look at that pretty cup. Oh. And the using the milk paint, because the milk paint was older, but that's okay because it added, it created a really wild effect. It almost looks like old kind of marbling or marble itself. You'll see when the piece is finally done. It actually reminds me of a table that my mother had. Yeah, just doing here a little bit of a spinny around kind of straight pour, which looked really pretty with those colors, the simplicity. I don't know why I like to show the cup, just because I like to look at the cup. It's all stages of fluid art are art to me, as they are probably to a lot of other people too, but I do this because of all of the lovely creativity and you know, all of that goodness, but it's also highly sensory, highly visual, highly you know, the touch. It's just a very, dare I say, sensual and sensory calming practice, hobby, business, things that you create. So for yourself and for other people and customers, clients and friends. Actually, this piece I did end up giving to a friend. So yeah. And again, I'm working with really thin paints here because of that weird pouring medium. And the milk paint itself is actually super thin. So if you're not familiar with milk paint, it's a little harder to find now. The folk art milk, oh, is it folk art? Ooh, sorry. having a little bit of a brain, you know what, on the brand. But I have a whole bunch still in my back stock, so I just like to play with it from time to time because it does some really interesting effects. So I think the the milk paint is kind of was the popular cell creating, cloud creating paint before the satin enamels Deco Art was discovered. Okay, so just playing with composition here, and I'm going to show you what it turns out like. I was pretty much just kind of packing up, thinking that I was just going to kind of do a little bit of WTF. And I went and I started cleaning up inside, and I came out and I noticed that this table now has got some really funky effects. Most likely I would say the milk paint, and it's also a really old milk paint. So I'm gonna move this actually into the garage. You know what that is. I'm going to move this into the garage and make sure that it's level, and we'll just see how it dries, because it could be an interesting piece after all. I was going to scrap it because it seemed like my paints were I don't know why they were so thin. I was using products that I've used. I know that it's, you know, warmer today and everything, but they were in my cooler studio, so I was using mixing things up as normal, and they were just really thin. I even added some heavy gel paste to them, so heavy gel medium, and that wasn't it wasn't thickening them. So I said, what the hell, let's just go and see what happens. And what was happening I didn't really like, but now I gotta say I'm really curious to see what happens when this one is dry. So we'll give it a chance. I do like that part right there. And I do need to level it because it's pulling over to that side now, because obviously it's an unlevel surface here outside. Anyway, if it dries well, I will certainly show you the final. Okay, thanks for watching. All right, here the piece is dry and turned out okay. I'm going to be giving this one to a friend.